Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Levis going to the air right away. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The Steelers at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
But he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And they'll end up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down. Fields changing the play. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Here's Fields. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You look at this Steeler defense. They are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. is playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Here's Fields. Completes it to Hardman. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 3rd and 2. To throw is Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 3 catches last week. He's got 3 in the first quarter here tonight. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Fields throwing again. Here's a ball deep for Musgrave. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
Fields now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now it's Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
Again, Fields. This pass out wide to Hall. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's 3rd and 6. Hall on to give up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
That's a great response here in this first quarter. And what I like about it is how they put this drive together. The other guys scored quickly to start the game, but this was smart football to not feel like you have to go out and score quickly yourself. So they worked the ball down the field, took their time, and finished with the touchdown run.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Levis back to throw. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Levis. Man open downfield. It's Metcalf. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Levis to throw it. He'll let it fly for Austin. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin, 33 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Fields. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. On fourth down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 45 yards. That's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Levis sets up to throw here. That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
It's just called, as we just saw it right there, breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10. A handoff for Warren. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Levis. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's 2nd and 10. Levis looking to move him around a bit. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now they'll shift things around. Back to throw. Fields. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Operating from the gun, Fields. A short throw to Musgrave. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds Wilson, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A really nice gain of 25 yards. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Got his man, it's Warren. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Isaiah Oliver there on the tackle. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They run it again with Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
From the 31, here's a second down and 9. Here's Fields. Wilson's got it complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Levis from the gun. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Their defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Levis. And he finds Austin complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now Levis going to change the play. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Levis looking to throw. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the give, it's Warren. And he's got it down to the 28. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. In motion goes the tight end. Levis back to throw. On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now they'll change things around before the snap. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Levis. Being chased out left. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the 2nd half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the 1st. But this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Third and goal. Here's Levis. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also...
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching. To throw is Fields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Fields now to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Steelers 31, Jets 21.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Quinnen Williams, so hard to block, and he shows it that time, making the tackle for loss. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback in a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now Fields. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there, with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Zuerlein now for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Next to score, Steelers 31, Jets 28.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
He's got this to Pickens. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
These guys certainly not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely sharing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
They'll run it. Warren. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
What a drive this has been. Just trailing the yardage. And here's one of the best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Warren. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Here now, 2nd and 4. And Chubb will try the middle here. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And again, it's Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Nick Chubb His second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. This is 1st and 10. Fields. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Now Fields. A short throw to Musgrave.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession. But the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Here's Levis. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Jets will take over. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. All eyes on Fields. A back foot throw there is incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Back to throw, Fields. This pass out wide to Hall. And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock, but not a huge pickup there. 6, maybe 7.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And the Jets have recovered. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Here's 1st down. He's back to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. And now time for one final play that has to be obviously in the end zone.
Can't wait to see what they call, but you want to get it to your best player. Sometimes you have to do it by formation. Move everyone to one side, and maybe he gets a one-on-one isolated on the backside.
And one last throw here for Fields. This ball intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here.